Hello all, my name is Yash Sakalni and today we'll start our Excel tutorial series from basics to advanced. In this session, we'll be starting with chapter 1, that is the basics of Excel. Then we will move down to tables in Excel, Excel formulas and basics of macros. In this session, we'll be covering subtopics such as what is Excel, data types in Excel, that is what all data types that are available in Excel, basic data operations that are available in Excel, that is delete, replace and change, formatting Excel sheet, cell nomenclature, insert cells and columns, and go to special. Now let's discuss the first question, that is what is Excel? Microsoft Excel is a helpful and powerful software for data analysis and documentation. It is a spreadsheet program which contains a number of columns and rows, where each intersection of a column and a row is a cell. Each cell contains one point of data or one piece of information. By organizing the information in this way, we can make information easier to find and automatically draw information from changing data. Now, one question that comes in our mind, why we use Excel? So, among the computer softwares which exist, Microsoft Excel is one of the most important because of the key role it plays in many sectors. It is the most used spreadsheet program in many business activities, classwork, and even personal data organization. Excel was first released in the year 1985. Since then, it has played a vital role in performing calculations and arithmetic calculations and other activities that may require mathematical functions and calculations. Many businesses, personal and institutional enterprises have embraced the use of Excel because of its utility and the ability to serve as a visual basics for different applications. Now, with that, we come down to uses of Excel in analytics industry. In analytics industry, data is raw, unprocessed information, which is needs to be stored in a systematic and organized manner. Excel gives the users the ability to set up tables in which they can organize their data and provide updating keys to. The benefits of data organization using Excel are felt by administrators who always have so much information that needs to be updated regularly. The Excel tables will help administrators to observe the process of single as well as combined statistics, such as report trends and product complexities. So, without any further ado, let's get our hands dirty with this very interesting computer application named Microsoft Excel. To open any Excel sheet or any Excel spreadsheet, there are two ways. One, you can simply type Windows if you are running on Windows machine, just simply type Windows and then type Excel. Now, what practice I follow is that whenever I'm working in a particular Excel project or any Excel task, I create a folder and then inside that very folder, I right click new and then I do Microsoft Excel worksheet. I'm going to name this particular Excel file as basics operations, or let's suppose basics of Excel. Now, as you can see, I've opened my Excel in my laptop, and this is what the opening screen of Excel looks like. It is having a lot of cells in it where I can enter data. For example, if there is if this particular Excel sheet about sales data, I can do name Yash Sakal, and I can do sales figure as 25,000. Now, the most important or one of the most favorite interview questions in Excel is that what all data types that are available in Excel? Or the interviewer might ask you what all data types that you have worked in Excel. So basically, there are four data types in Excel, namely text, that is, suppose I'm going to name A, B, C. There's numeric data type, that is, I can do 45,000. And there's numeric, and there's date data type, that is 12, 9, 2020. There's also one more important data type that is available in Excel is that formula data type. Okay. Now with that, we come down to what all basic operations that are available to me in Excel. Now, suppose I want to change this particular cell value with any other value. For example, I can change this cell value from your Sakale to ABC. Now, if you want to change any cell value, what you can do, just double click on this Excel, and it is going to enter into the edit mode. So now we can change from ABC back to Yash Sakale. Okay. With that, we come down to another data operation in Excel, which is called as delete operation. I can delete any cell just by clicking on that very cell that I want to delete and hit delete. Now, what if I want to delete more than three cells? I can do click and control, and then I'm gonna hit enter, hit delete. I can show you once again. Click on the cell, click on all the cells that you want to delete by pressing control, and hit on delete. And as you can see, it has deleted all the cells that I've selected. I can also perform replace operation on any cell. For example, I want to change this cell value from your Sakale to any other value such as sales name. Okay. What I can do, I can click on this very cell, click on the bottom left corner of this cell, drag and drop to the cell that you want to replace. And now, as you can see, there's a pop-up from Excel stating that there's already data here. Do you want to replace it? And now I'm going to click on OK. And now, as you can see, Yash Sakale has been the cell that contained the value Yash Sakale has been replaced with sales name. There's also one requirement name. If I want to change two cell values at the same time, what I can do, salesman with Mr. Derek. Okay. So what I can do, I can just simply select these values, select these cells, click on the bottom left corner of these cells, and drag and drop to these cells. Again, there's a pop-up showing there's already data here. Do you want to replace it? I'm gonna click on OK. Now it says that salesman name, Mr. Derek. Now with all the Excel data operations, Excel basic data operations or basic cell operations we have done, I'm going to click on, if you want to create another Excel sheet inside of a Excel file, you can just click new sheet. Okay. At the bottom left corner, there's a plus option. There's a plus button. And if you want to create some Excel sheets, you can just keep on clicking on these plus values, and it is going to create Excel sheets for you. Now, let me tell you about one of the most important Excel functionality, that is the autofill functionality. Okay. So I'm going to start off with month name. And I'm going to click second column name will be sales figure. Let me start off with January. To perform autofill functionality, just click on the first cell and click on this green square button and just drag and drop it. And as you can see, it has filled various month names respectively, such as January, February, March, April, May, June, up to December. Now, what if I want to drag and drop two more? So it is going to again repeat this very cycle. Okay. You can also perform this autofill functionality in case of numeric data also. For example, I'm going to start off the sales figure value from 10,000. And now one more thing that you can observe is that the text data is aligned to the left of the cell, and the numeric data is aligned to the right of this cell. Okay. Now I'm going to type 20,000. I'm going to select these two cells and drag and drop to the December value. So as you can see, it has automatically automatically detected a pattern between 10,000 and 20,000. And it has continued this automatical fill operation up to 1,20,000 values. Okay. So my dummy data is ready. This data contains two columns, namely month name and sales figure. The month name contains values such as January, February, March, April, May up to December. And my sales figure contains numeric data starting from 10,000, 20,000 up to 1,20,000. Okay. Now, we have covered the basics of autofill functionality. In the upcoming sessions or upcoming videos, I'll be discussing about some more interesting facts or interesting things that you can do with autofill functionality. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that this data is much more clearly visible to you. Okay. Now, what if there is a requirement such that I want to show this particular data in a tabular manner? So as you can see, I'm currently on my home menu. And trust me, guys, for the better part of our basic introductory sessions for Excel, we'll be working in home menu. A lot of options are available to me in the home menu. I can also perform a lot of operations with the help of home menu. I can perform data formatting with the help of home menu. I can also perform conditional formatting, format as table, and many other things with the help of home menu that we'll be covering in the next video tutorials. So firstly, what I'm going to do is hit Control A. Now as soon as I hit Control A, as you can see, Excel has selected all the data values that were present in my Excel sheet. And now I'm going to go to this option named bottom border, and I'm going to click on right downwards arrow and see what all options that are available to me. We are having bottom border, we are having top border, we are having left border, right border, and now I want to use all borders. And now as you can see, my data has been converted to a form that is similar to tables. This data will be still called as a range. We'll be discussing in the further sessions what is the difference between what is a range and what is a table. And we'll be discussing what is the difference between ranges and tables. I can also change the font colors or the cell colors of my headers, that are month name and sales figure. You can go to this option called as fill color. You must have seen these options in Microsoft Word. All options are similar to Microsoft Word. Now, if I want to fill color to my headers, I can go to fill color options, click on the arrow that is pointing towards downside, and I'm going to click on any of the color. I'm going to choose any color of my choice. Let's choose light blue color. Okay. I can also change the font size of my headers to Times New Roman. I can also change the font size of my headers to 40. There are a lot of formatting you can perform on this data. You can also explore a lot of options that are available to format your data so that your data looks more and more intuitive and more creative. Okay. With that, we come down to our next topic, that is cell nomenclature. As you can see in this Excel sheet, there are values written as A, B, C, D, E up to Z. There are a lot of values in the column values such as A, B, C up to Z, and it starts with its end up to A, B, A, C, and so on and so forth. And you can also, in the leftmost corner of this Excel sheet, you can have a look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these column values and row values are used for cell nomenclature. So as soon as I'm going to click on this cell, for example, it shows me here E3, which means that this particular cell is present in the Eth column and the third row. Now, for example, I'm going to click on this cell and it shows G7, which means that this particular cell is contained in Gth column and is present in the seventh row. Okay. It is really very, very important for you to uh, know about these cell nomenclature, because when you are performing some mathematical operations such as sum, average, etc., there are a lot of formulas available in Excel. So Excel is going to accept arguments such as A5, B3, G7 in terms of the cell nomenclature that is present in the Excel. Okay. You can also add comments to your cell. For example, I'm going to right click on this April cell and click on insert comment. Let me name this comment as April cell. And I'm going to show you once again how to create a comment. Just right click on the cell that you want your comment in. Click on insert comment and type your comment. I'm going to name this cell as sales figure for April month. With that, we move down to another functionality of inserting rows and columns in Excel. So let me discuss in this session, we'll discuss about how to insert columns in Excel. Just click on the column name. For example, I'm going to click on C, right click on C and click on insert. So as you can see, it is going to insert me a lot of the number of columns that I want to insert in. Okay. In the same way, I can also delete these columns. What if I want to insert a column between A and B? So the column data that was available, that was there in the B column has been shifted towards the C column. And it has created a new column. Okay. You can also undo your all operations with the help of Control Z. Okay. If you want to delete your newly created column, just click on that very column and click on delete. And now as you can see, the contents of sales figure are back to the column B. Okay. Now with that, we come down to a really interesting functionality that is available with us in Excel, is go to special. In order to access this particular functionality, you have to be in your home menu, and in the home menu, click on find and select. And in the find and select, you can click on go to special. And now as you can see, go to special pop-up has been appeared in front of us. You can click on constants radio button. And if you want to select numbers, you can click the numbers checkbox and then click on OK. So as you can see, Excel has selected the columns, the data that contain number data type in them. Now, what if I want to select the text data? Again, go to find and select, then click on go to special, click on constants and check the text checkbox and then click on OK. So Excel has selected the cells and the columns that contain the text data in them. Okay. Now Excel is also having a really interesting functionality. So for example, I want to copy data from March, from uh, from March to June, or from March to December. So what I'm going to do, I've selected all the data from March to December, and I'm going to click on Control C, and then I'm going to click on the cell that I want this data to be copied in. Suppose I'm going to click on cell E3, and then I'm going to click on E Control V. So now, as you can see, the data that was present in this table, that is in this range, that is the data from March to December, and its respective sales figures have been copied into the cell E. Now, as you can see that along with the data, it has also copied the formats, that is the row borders and the column borders also. I'm going to click Control A. It is going with the help of Control A. I've selected this data, and then I'm going to hit delete. So now, as you can see, it has not deleted the borders, but has deleted the data inside these borders. So in order to delete the borders as well, inside of the home menu, just click on clear and then type and then select clear all. So it has deleted the data along with the its format that contained some borders as well. I'm going to tell you about one interesting functionality, that is if you want to copy only the data, not the cells. Just select the data that you want to copy from your range. Click on any cell that you want the data to be copied to, and then click on paste, that is available in the home menu. And as soon as you enter the home menu, this option is available on the top left corner of your screen. And as soon as you select the paste option, you can see paste values section. And after clicking on the paste values in the very first option, that is the values only, you can see that it has only copied the data that was copied, but not the format. The format, that is the borders. Okay. I'm going to repeat this functionality once again. Now, suppose the interviewer asked you, okay, from a given range, you need to copy only the data, but not the format. So what you're going to do, select the data that you from the range select the data from the range. Click on any cell that you want the data to be copied to. Click on paste, that is available in the home menu. And as soon as you enter the home menu, the paste option is available in the top left corner of your screen. And then in the paste values section, there's values button available. And as you can, and as soon as you hover over this paste values button, only the data but not the format has been copied. Okay. So let's have a quick revision of what all topics we discussed in this session. We started off our session with the basic definitions of Excel, what is Excel and why we use Excel, why Excel is used in the data analytics industries, and what it's important in any of the field, may it be automobile or pharmaceutical industry or any of the industry. Then we had a look at what all data types that are available in Excel. We had a look at basic data operations and available in Excel, that is delete, replace, and change. We also had a look at how we can format our Excel sheet. We also had a look at what all how we can name a cell in a Excel. We also had a look at insert cells and columns, and we also had to look at the go to special functionality. So that is in for this particular video. I hope you gained some knowledge about Excel in this particular video. And in the next session, we'll be covering what is range, what is a table, and what is the basic difference between tables and ranges, and why we should use tables over Excel. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye and have a great day ahead.